Hello and welcome to Last Time On. This is the podcast where we want to watch all this prestige television. We really do, but we who has time for it?
I don't, but I can't tell you the reason why.
All right,
My
Bates.
horrible secret.
I don't have time either because I haven't gotten any mail in years. And that's actually true. Not a real person has written me in actual years. Actually, no, I think I mean, other than like a birthday card or a Christmas card or something.
No postcards?
Nope, not it. Well, no, I did have a friend send me a postcard a couple years ago, but you know what I haven't gotten, and I can't remember how long, is an actual email. Like, I get tons of spam and promotion, but I can't remember the last time someone wrote me an actual email just to be like, hi, I'm communicating with you.
I mean, not counting work.
Mm-hmm.
No, still get them. I get them from the cards people. Sometimes I'll have stores reach out to me over email.
That doesn't count. No.
That doesn't count.
I only ever get subpoenas.
Wow, out of all the three of us, you'd be the least likely one I would expect for that one. By the way, I'm Victor.
I'm Xhafer.
And I am Ben.
And this is the only podcast on the internet where one of the hosts watched half of the wrong episode and knows too much. So I have to communicate a handful of things to you guys in the interest of spoiler fairness because I accidentally watched half of the previous episode.
Mm-hmm. So I'm the only one here who hasn't actually seen the show that we're watching.
We're past.
I don't remember it. Man.
Yeah.
I don't remember any of this shit.
All right. Well, Xhafer, as long as
I
you
remember
don't
the general vibe of the show. I was just like, wait, people were in Ireland, and I
Ireland
realized.
So that's not not a spoiler.
Yeah. So I accidentally watched like the first 25 minutes of the previous episode, which is leading up to Edith's wedding, which I assume happens in the back half of the episode. But by the time we get to the point where it's clear that that's about to happen, I stopped watching because I'm all like, where the fuck is Jimmy? And then I looked at the episode notes for the previous episode, and I'm all like, oh God, oh no, what have I done? Texted you guys. Delayed recording half an hour, sorry. And so here we are. So I'm going to just run through some stuff. Edith's wedding, Thomas and Mosley have a conversation about the nation's servant shortage after the war.
God, that is such a British problem to have.
It's such a British problem to have, but also it makes it clear that we are after World War I, which is the little bit I gleaned from it.
They made that obvious in the correct episode.
Yeah.
So you got your points for that one.
And also, Thomas is setting up Mosley so that O'Brien...
Who the fuck is Mosley?
Mosley
is the Dowager's butler.
Yeah.
Okay, which one's the Dowager?
Maggie Smith.
Yeah.
Okay, Maggie Smith is the Dowager. What is the definition of Dowager? Actually?
So a Dowager is somebody where, all right, say Xhafer is the Earl of Southfield.
Yes, of course.
I was going to say
he has the Earl of the title. The title is passed down through his family.
Yes, of course.
He has his children, his in the proper parlance, his issue.
Of course.
But then if he died,
oh no,
the title goes to his kids, and Beth would be the Dowager. She would be the old earl's or lord or whatever's spouse.
Got it.
Or partner or what have you. She has no claim to Downton. So she can't be in charge, but she's still a fancy pants person.
So it'd be like in Game of Thrones where after
Joffrey takes the throne It's Cersei.
And Cersei is the regent,
Dowager Queen.
Or it's the Dowager Queen. Okay.
Or after Ned dies at the beginning of season 1, Robb is the new Lord of Winterfell. Cat would be the Dowager.
That's some interesting. That reminds me of something I was really curious about. Had we lived in the correct timeline where Kamala Harris actually won the election, then her husband would have been. They always refer to the first lady,
first gentleman.
Yeah, I was thinking that must be the first gentleman, or it would be the first man.
When
first
she was
dude.
the vice president, that was the title. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. But with the vice president, that would be the second gentleman.
Yeah. Yep. That's what it was. Anyways, there's a bit here after all of this. We get confirmation that Dan Stevens and Mary are married, which is pretty apparent in the episode that we did watch, but they say it out loud. So we've got that. Let's see. Mrs. Carson is having tests done because she thinks she has cancer.
Oh, wow.
Mrs. Carson?
Yeah,
you mean Mrs. Hughes?
Mrs. Hughes, sorry. Carson.
They are kind of an old married couple.
Well, Carson is trying to help Mrs. Hughes because she's getting tests for the cancer. I misread my notes. Let's see. There's the pending wedding with Edith. She is marrying that old guy, the guy who took her driving, but he lost an arm.
Oh, wow.
What?
I'm guessing in the war.
It was the one-armed man.
But it's just like everyone's kind of resigned to it. It's all like, yep, they're getting married. That's the thing. Even though the age gap is crazy. Let's see here. We get a bit with Mrs. Cawley, which is Dan Stevens' mom. The MP, the Prime Minister from Doctor Who. She just goes by Mrs. Cawley instead of Regent. She's running a charity to help prostitutes clean up their lives. We see the second half of that in this story. This is how she runs into Edith. Or Ethel, not Edith. Let's see. Dan Stevens is coming into a bunch of money, which is going to help. So they're for most of this episode, they're planning on selling the Abbey because they're suddenly poor. Something has happened where they've lost most of their money. That was going to be one of
my predictions. Shit.
And so Dan Stevens, though, because of some other relative who died in the war, comes into a bunch of money again. Twice this has happened to him now in the show. And so he's able to he's going to get all this money and be able to buy half of the estate from Lord Grantham, and they're going to be able to keep Downton Abbey. Is where all this is going, but they don't know this. For Dan Stevens is Mary's husband.
Okay. Oh, the
Matthew.
one who
Matthew.
Okay, so that's why.
Yeah, I don't know his real name either.
Yeah,
it's Matthew.
Episode proper. He's saying he invested a lot into the Abbey.
Yes, so that happens in the back half of this episode. I didn't see it.
I see.
And so they go to a other property that they own where they're like, we'll just sell the Abbey and move in here. It's got enough room for the family and 7 servants, so we'll just have to make do and be poors in a giant house with 7 servants. Let's see. Anna digs into Bates's past. We see stuff with Bates in prison, and he's
Did
being.
you find out what he went to prison for in the previous
No,
episode?
but he's
good.
The other thing that resolves this episode is that guy that he has taken and stuff, right? The guy whose bunk he arranges to have searched in the episode that we did watch has the same thing happen to him in this episode. So Bates gets warned that there's someone hid contraband in his room, and that's where he gets the contraband to hide on the other guy. And let's see here. Anna.
That was Charlie, right?
Anna talks to someone about Bates's wife, and we do find out she's dead.
Oh damn!
Vera.
Victor, talking to the front of your mic, you sound really weird.
Who? Me?
Much better.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
So yeah,
it just has to be pointed at your face.
So Vera Bates dead. Let's see.
RSVP.
Here. They have lunch at the small house.
So okay. So in the actual episode 4, Anna and Bates are not actually married then. I was under the
They
okay.
I don't believe they are married
because if he
currently.
found out
they're just dating. Or
all right.
Maybe
Courting.
they're engaged. Who knows what level it is? We don't know.
Because well, we'll get there when we get to her.
Yeah,
but
that's just about everything I saw in the other episode. I think I covered all the big beats. Nothing spoilerly left behind there. So.
Well, seeing as how I'm the only one following the damn rules of the show.
Look, honest mistake. What the hell?
That's we went into this with you having seen only 1 or 2 seasons of this show previously.
I don't remember any of this.
But I trust your crap memories because I feel for you. I also have a terrible.
He'll
memory.
be able to tell you every bit actor who showed up, but he won't be able to tell you a single thing that happened in the plot. So,
okay, well, as long as you don't make any.
I remember there's a game or there's an episode where they play a bunch of cricket.
Well, no one saw that coming.
Yeah, quite unusual turn there.
You know what's really interesting is, wow, that reminds me. A long ass time ago, I dated a girl who was her ex-husband was here on a visa from India to do some work, and they got divorced. And it's just a really weird moment. We went to the local corner store to get something, and was run by a couple of Indian gentlemen, and they had like a TV on in the background. And she goes, "Hey, are you guys watching cricket?" And they both just turned and looked super surprised and go, "How do you know we like cricket?" And then apparently it's a big thing in India.
It's huge.
Oh yeah, massive.
Yeah.
Working in IT, I have had many Indian coworkers.
Right.
And it's huge. I know more about cricket than I think I've been able to process just from like having conversations at work. Just like being around through osmosis. I have no idea how it works still though. Don't worry.
I know instead of bases it's like baseball, but they only have one base, right? They just run.
Yeah, you just run back and forth between the wickets.
I know that you can do a thing to score 100, and it's not doing the thing that normally scores you points. It's like getting the snitch in Harry Potter or some shit. I don't know. Look, I don't fucking know. I'm not paying attention to enough Harry Potter or cricket to know.
That is
just a thing.
Coincidentally, one of my predictions today, I have a bonus point for it, and if I get it right, I want 100 bonus points. But we'll get to that later.
You just win automatically.
Yes, but
I
we'll
hate
get
it.
to that.
Thanks. All right, so
we open in media mail call.
Yeah.
Welcome to Mail Call. Hoorah!
Yep.
So they're passing out the mail around the break room and the mail around the prison. But who's not getting any mail?
Is Anna.
Anna,
no mail for Anna. And Carson says no mail again. God, you're being a dick, Carson. But man, this gives me flashbacks of fucking boot camp. All my veteran brothers out there and sisters know the feeling when mail call comes around. Well, I don't even know if they do mail call these days anymore, but back in the early aughts, when mail call happened and you were the one, if you were the only one who didn't get any mail, damn, dude. That's like being the last person picked for the fucking softball team or some shit like that. You feel horrible. That sucks.
But we know that Bates is in prison again. And I want to know why. We're going to go right off the bat here, guys. Let's get weird with it.
Let's get weird.
Well, I'm going to say obviously it's because he got caught doing something and refused to explain because I do think he has, like Ben said, the traumatic brain injury that prevents him from explaining anything he does.
All right. I actually was about to last time on here and say it's because they're like Dan Stevens is like asking about him. Like people, like the family is concerned about Bates, but they know he's in prison, which tells me that whatever he did was probably in their defense. And so I was going to last time on that he murdered somebody to like protect them, but it was a thing and they couldn't like call it defense or whatever. But if I got to get weird with it, I mean, obviously it has to do with his failing memory. I'm going to say he forgot he was smuggling drugs.
Yeah. He just opens up a suitcase. It's just full of opium. And he's like, I wish I could explain this, but even my memory won't explain anything.
I'm going to say he was he stopped a bank robbery, and he killed the robbers, and he was like he pulled out some secret Bates ninja moves that we weren't expecting. And by the way, he doesn't have his cane anymore. Oh, no. That's right. Rewind.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Erase what I just said. Stricken from the record. I actually had something for this, and I remember now because of my crap memory. Remember all that regimental silver that his wife stole?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he melted it down and had a fake leg made out of it. So he's been walking around with a silver leg this entire time.
I'm going to say what actually happened was his wife, Vera, returned, and she was causing all kinds of trouble, and she was just like, I got all this blackmail, and I stole all this stuff, and haha, we can stick it to all these rich folks and go out and make our own way. And he's like, no, I'm not doing that. And he pushed her in front of a train.
Is there a word for that? There's got to be a word for that, because if defenstrated is pushing someone out a window, then there must be a word for pushing someone in front of a train. Listeners in the Discord, let us know. Have you ever pushed somebody in front of a train?
God, I wish I could post emojis on podcast, because I would say don't get the Discord subpoenaed right now.
Woo woo! Check it. Yeah, man. Yeah, washing that train off again. So Ethel Parks, I don't know who Ethel Parks is, but apparently she's a prostitute.
She was a servant in the house at some point.
So she was a servant in the Abbey then.
Yes.
Because it seems to me there's two houses going on here. Or am I just...
So there's 3 houses.
Oh, God.
So there's the Abbey, there's the place where the Dowager lives, and then there's the place where Mrs. Crawley lives. 3 different houses.
So many houses. And that's not even all of the houses.
No. Course, yeah. There's a lot of houses in England.
So I'm going to say last time on, Ethel was a maid at Downton and fell for a fancy pants man who hooked up with her and then immediately died.
Oh,
I think it was one of the guys on the Titanic.
Oh, wow. Well, then that tracks. That tracks with the time skip.
I don't think the kid's old enough.
I think he is.
Okay, so I talk about this in here. We actually have a good idea of exactly when this episode takes place. This is in December 1918. Because this episode has to take place after World War I, but before the Irish War for Independence starts, based off of the conversations that they're having. And that's November 1918 to January 1919. Those are those 2 dates. So this episode has to be in December 1918, assuming that the Irish War for Independence hasn't started technically, which it might have, and they're just talking about it because it's the Troubles and whatever, and they're just not talking about it like that.
So, Ethel, so if Ethel was pregnant when the Titanic sank.
1914.
That's 1912.
1912. So the kid would be 7 now.
And that kid did not look 7.
Yeah, but you know how they do
actors.
Yeah. So I just watched this fucking horrible movie that I couldn't stop watching last night on Netflix called Trap House, and it's about a bunch of teenagers who
listen to EDM.
You would think I wish I would have watched that movie.
Different trap.
It's about a bunch of teenagers in El Paso who decide to go fucking fight the cartel on their own. But it was supposed to be a bunch of teenagers in high school, but it's obviously a bunch of actors in their mid-20s. So anyway, that's how it goes.
But we find out that this person, they've tried to help them before, and they have their pride, and what will happen with Ethel is a big plot point in this episode.
Mm-hmm.
And then here's where we find out that, hey, Matthew has put a bunch of money into the state, and so Carson's like, oh, we can finally bring up to be brought back up to full staff. And it's like, there are still 15 people working here.
It's funny, in my notes, it auto-corrected to Mr. Crowley in all of these.
And we find out the
Mr.
Archbishop
Crowley.
of York is coming.
So, the Archbishop, is he... What church is he?
Church of England.
Church of England. So, what is that, Protestant? Okay,
Anglican.
Anglican. All right,
Yep.
because they're talking shit about the Catholics, and I thought it was like, wait, I thought the
proud
Archbishop
Anglican
was...
tradition to talk shit about the Catholics.
Okay. Yeah.
It's true.
So anyway, Archbishop coming over for dinner. Anna is the... No, not Anna. Ethel. Edith? Who's the middle child? Edith. Edith is talking about women's rights, and Lord Grantham is like, haha, shut up.
What do you know about the vote? Exactly as much as I need to.
Which is interesting because apparently Tennessee was the last state in the U.S. to ratify women's right to vote.
It was the one that put them over the 2/3 of the states that needed to ratify it in order for the amendment to come into effect.
Mm-hmm. For some fucking reason, again, I got to stop admitting this on podcast, but I was under the impression that it wasn't until the 50s or 60s.
This would actually put us in 1920, actually, based off of that. So
I thought the women's suffrage movement happened way later.
No, it's post-World War.
It said, I still believe we stopped short. We need to give dogs the right to vote.
Shit, dude, they would have elected a better president than we have now if we let dogs vote.
Do you guys know of subway takes? The guy who sits on the subway with someone, and they're like, my hot take is this, and he says 100% agree or 100% disagree.
Is that a show?
It's like a TikTok, YouTube shorts thing.
Huh.
And there was one yesterday where a guy was just all like, we need to randomly draft our politicians.
Fuck yes.
And he 100%. Was, well, here's the thing is, the guy was like 100% disagree. And he's all like, yeah, how do we do it now? Just like, could the current system get any worse was his version of the take.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Well, I would.
I don't know.
It
depends on what politicians we're talking about drafting. I would probably against it for like a job for president, but if we were to move the House of Representatives to a more stable share of percentage of population like we had 100 years ago, where every congressperson was representing somewhere between 50 and 100,000 people instead of, what it is now, which is something like
a Wyoming,
500,000. Yeah, it's like a Wyoming, and it's just like, man, if there's that many people, I think getting randomly picked might actually work out pretty well to represent people, because you playing just like to the law of averages and stuff.
Yes,
right.
But most people are so stupid.
When I was yeah.
And most people have zero expertise in
well, that's why
how government works.
Well, that's the thing is like I would assume you would have to teach them how
go to orientation.
Yeah, like orientation might be like a couple weeks of learning how government works. You would probably still have like lawyers writing bills and stuff, and aides and things. I don't imagine you change the entire like because Congress people aren't the people writing bills, right? Not they're guiding policy, but they're not actually writing the legalese most of the time. I'm sure it's one of those things that I'm sure has happened, but especially with modern politics, I'm sure something that doesn't happen that often. And I'm just like, that might actually work.
Okay, see, my worry is like I don't want it going too far down because I don't want to be like, hey, why are all the sewers backing up? And it's like, well, we picked Victor for sewer manager.
Hey, I would manage.
And he was just like, I want to see how much poop will fit.
Okay, actually, no, that is something I would do.
Well, there was a giant wheel, and I turned it, and I didn't realize it shut everything off.
Well, I had to figure out what it does. So No, that reminds me of when I was in fucking high school. I wrote a paper for my government class that explained that we should abolish the Electoral College. And that's something that I think would have fucking happened by now. But, yeah, that's something. And the implications of that is if states are no longer represented, then suddenly organizations of people become important, like churches become important. You have to have... Anyway.
The groups you placate to become based off of identity rather than location.
Yes. Anyway. That was my thought. And my second question is, damn, Xhafer, how much coffee have you had this morning? Because you are talking faster than I've heard you talk in a long time.
I just had, I guess it was 2 double shots of espresso, wasn't it? I think I'll do it. Whoops.
Good job, man.
But
let's
here
keep it
in
going.
the scene, we do get confirmation that both Mary and Sybil are married. Edith is the only one who's not, and she was left at the altar.
Yeah. So, yes, that is apparently what happened with Edith, but she's also talking about managing the other house, right? Like, she's talking about what her day-to-day is, and she's talking about hosting and entertaining and doing the things at the other place, it seemed like to me.
Even though she was still left at the altar?
I don't know if she was left at the altar so much as the guy died before they could get married. Because it feels like she's got responsibility of the other household based off of the other conversations that happen. But maybe I'm reading into stuff or misreading, and that's why I'm just like, I kind of really want to know what happened in the back half of that episode, but I didn't watch it. I only watched the first half. I didn't see the wedding, so I don't know what happened.
Well, she did mention something about being left at the altar, so I assumed that the dude just maybe the guy skipped town, and for whatever reason, legal trouble. Maybe he just wanted to pursue a life. Maybe he sold everything and bought a pirate ship and a pirate crew, and and wanted to sail around the world.
It's Captain Flint.
Yeah, and she's stuck with the manor that he left behind. That I could see that happening. Either way, you're right. She is taking care of her former fiance's stuff.
Yeah.
See, I think it's he was like, no, you deserve someone who's not broken and can, still give you a future, and I'm too old. And
Well, either way, she goes to fetch a bottle of perfume for Maggie Smith, and she asks how much she owe you for it, and she says a guinea. And okay, I know quid. I know. I know quid means a pound. I know some of the slang terms for British money, but how much is a fucking guinea? No. Or is that actually a guinea pig? Did she trade a guinea pig for this bottle of perfume?
Guinea is 1/4 of an ounce of gold.
Oh, wow. I've never heard of that before. Once again, my crappy education.
So a shilling is a nickel.
A shilling, yeah. A halfpenny, I've heard of that before. I don't know what it is, but I've heard of a halfpenny.
I checked real quick. It was a coin, and it was 21 shillings, because God forbid we have math that makes sense in the imperial system. So a pound and a nickel. A pound and a shilling. Because a pound is 20. So.
Damn.
Cost $1.05.
Nice. Maggie Smith is like, you need to find some hobbies, and she's like, I'm not desperate enough to take up gardening yet, Grandma.
And instead, I think her new hobby is going to be women's rights.
Pockets! Give me pockets!
That's a pretty good hobby to have for someone in her position. So she's always like, okay, I'm going to write to the paper. And I like how Mr. Grantham was all just like, ha! Hogwash. They'll never publish it.
Here we see Anna crying because she doesn't get any mail, and we have machinations and plots inside the prison that really seem like... I've fortunately never been to prison. It feels like the kind of place where, because you are just stuck there and you have way too much free time, people are putting way too much thought into getting revenge for the minorest of slights.
That tracks. Yeah. I wrote down in my notes, meanwhile, Bates is in prison talking about how he's being treated. So his buddy's talking about how he's being treated, and of course, he's not explaining anything. But apparently he punched a guy named Craig, and he's being asked about how he hasn't gotten any letters from his wife. And I wrote down, oh, look, he's married, and I'm pretty sure it's Anna. I thought they had gotten married at some point. But if they're not married, according to Xhafer, then...
I mean, I'm not sure. It
still
feels
got
that
possibility
way,
for my points.
Yeah.
There's still possibility for my points of the two of them never actually getting married. So,
yeah.
We cut back to our footman taking a spoon test. How long?
I wrote down the spoon exam.
Which one is the opium spoon? Is what I want to know.
Yeah. How long did it take you guys to realize that this was not William?
I don't remember which one William is.
Who's William?
William was the other footman who is now no longer there. This is Alfred.
Was he the one that got into a fist fight with Thomas?
Yes.
Okay.
William fought Thomas. William is gone.
Dude.
Last time I had William died in the war.
This was exactly what I was about to say. Yep.
Give me my points.
That's what happened.
But not in the way you think. He decided to fight for the Kaiser. I don't know.
You know what? You know what I think? I think definitely happened. I'm going to say definitely last time on. Thomas. Okay, the way Thomas is carrying himself, the way he's going about his day-to-day life, he's just the same old shitbag he always was. He absolutely did not see a single fucking minute of World War I. He either dodged the draft completely or he managed to get himself a job way in the rear with the gear doing the laundry or some shit.
I don't know. Did you notice Thomas's hand?
What happened to his... No, what's with his hand?
He has some sort of glovey thing on.
Oh, I didn't notice
I
that.
think Thomas was going to the front, and he shot himself in the hand to get out of it.
That tracks. Yeah, because
he's been promoted from footman.
Yeah, he's now the valet.
Bates' old job.
Mm-hmm.
And Thomas is being a bitch here, where he's just like, Carson, you never helped me, and he's like, you never asked.
This is very true. Yeah.
We meet with Ethel, where they're talking about, is she going to give up the baby, give it up to her rich in-laws?
And they're offering her money. Now, I couldn't tell, are they offering her money to keep the baby, or are they offering the money to buy the baby? Well, it's not a baby, but the child.
I think they were saying, hey, they can give you money so that you don't have to toot anymore.
So she's like, so her options here are take the money, keep her kid, or give her kid away to the wealthy family, and she gets nothing.
Yes, but the money she would get would be barely enough to keep them, afloat. Whereas if she gives the kid up, he will be in a rich, fancy house where he will go to the finest boarding schools and be incredibly mistreated by the gentry.
Yeah, that's a tough call. Oh, man. Glad.
And then we have a sneaking mission. And we see Sybil Snake going through the woods.
Sybil Snake.
And
yeah, Sybil is now a fugitive on the run. I was like, what the fuck? That was interesting, Sybil Snake. I like that.
Lord Grantham Khan. And then Tom shows up in the rain, and they're like, what are you doing here? You're supposed to be on a whole different island.
I like it. Someone very wet and angry is at the door.
And apparently they burned down a castle.
Yeah. Now, in the episode description, it's mentioned how the son-in-law's political views got him in trouble. That is a fucking understatement.
So if we're in 1920, then the Irish rebellion is in full swing right now.
Mm-hmm.
So Victor, I'm going to assume you don't know what's going on here. What happens here historically? Would that be safe to assume? I blame
Yes,
Texas, not you. Okay.
Thank you.
So this is.
I am aware of the Irish Revolution, but Ireland and England are like.
So Ireland was part of all of Ireland was part of the United Kingdom at this time.
Right.
So instead of it just being North Ireland and there being Free Ireland.
But I do know they've had several wars with Britain.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
So after
including the Easter Rising of 1916.
Immediately following World War I, when the British government was the British military was as weak as it was going to be, Ireland was all like, now's the time, y'all. And within 2 months of the end of World War I, started fighting for their freedom against the British. And this is what ends up forming what is the modern nation of Ireland. This war goes until 1921, I want to say, Ben?
Drop in Mel Gibson yelling freedom.
Wrong country. 21.
Oh,
20.
that was what?
That's
Oh,
Scotland.
shit. Edit
Scotland.
that out completely. I don't want to seem that dumb.
This war ends with most of Ireland becoming its own nation, but the North Ireland remaining, and would then lead to the troubles that would follow in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. And this is also where the IRA comes from. The Irish Republican Army was the Army of Free Ireland at this time. And
then that's why all of the terrorist groups call themselves the Irish Republican Army. They are hailing back to
this successful revolution and fight for their freedom. So,
what's Sybil's husband's name?
Tom.
Tom. That's
because we've got Thomas and Tom. Because fuck us.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it is England. They do have 7 names.
Yeah. I refer to him as Sybil's husband all over my notes simply for the sake of knowing which fucking Tom I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm. Well, apparently
they had to
invent
nicknames that make no sense because, that is why we get Bill for Will and Jack for John, because it's like there will be 7 people named John in your family, and how do we know who the hell we're talking about?
Yeah, or Jimmy for James, which... apparently Sybil's husband, he turned over his pregnant wife to save his own ass.
Yeah. Not a good look, dude.
What the fuck, man? Yeah, and I love how Lord Grantham says, go to bed. He's so pissed at his son-in-law. He sends him to bed.
Audible Inc. presents Go the Fuck to Sleep. Narrated by Samuel L. Jackson.
She married a commoner criminal who's on the run from the law.
He fucking sends him to bed. And then a few moments later, Carson, in the downstairs, sends everyone to bed.
Yeah, go fuck to sleep.
Everyone go to bed. And, okay, so it appears that Mrs. Hughes is the new Mrs. O'Brien. Is that what's going on here? Or Miss Hughes is the new Mrs. O'Brien?
No.
Who's the... Because O'Brien is no longer sitting at the table next to Carson. We have someone new.
No, it was always Mrs. Hughes sitting there.
Was it?
And O'Brien is still Cora's maid.
Oh, god damn. My memory's not getting that bad, is it? I could have sworn O'Brien was sitting right next to Carson in the previous episodes. And she was like the head maid.
She was the lady's maid. Hughes has always been in charge of all the female staff.
Holy shit. God damn. I need to quit sniffing glue.
O'Brien is the lady version of Bates, now Thomas.
Okay. Okay, then.
They both answer to Hughes and Carson.
Because O'Brien was barely in this episode. I thought she had gotten replaced until it's like she's in there for like 3 seconds. And I don't think she even has
she got her nephew Alfred a job.
Yeah.
And now instead of machinations with Thomas, she's trying to secure Alfred's place.
Yeah. Yeah, being the nephew of Miss O'Brien is the worst thing you can say about someone. But hey, guys, the electric toaster has been invented.
And who shows up for the new footman job?
Motherfucking Jack Crusher. God damn it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I should
have made my Star Trek prediction. Son of a bitch. I was like, God damn it, as soon as he shows up.
We get Picard's own son here.
Mm-hmm. Fucking Jack Crusher. And all the ladies immediately swoon. I mean, he's a good-looking guy, I guess, so not really my type, but sure.
See, the family is going to do whatever it takes to see if they can keep Tom out of prison.
Grantham has some...
We're only doing this for Sybil, not for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Some very heated discussions regarding the baby.
Yeah.
That's what I have in my notes.
Yeah. Edith meets with the grandparents here, and it's just like, we're not trying to judge you. And it's like, I'm judging her. I judge her and find her wanting. Like damn, bro.
I find you wanting.
I mean, I get it, though. It's like, hey, we offered you a bunch of money, and instead you're like, no, I'm keeping the child away from you, and I'm also getting into early 1900s sex work, which can't have been nice.
It's
like, we offered you money, lady. But these people are very much pre-Mary Poppins British rich people. Like, they are not pleasant.
Sybil returns with the most dramatic camera spin. It's like they hired Michael Bay for this one scene right here to do the camera work.
The Abbey explodes behind them.
She runs up. They have they run at each other. They embrace. They kiss, and the camera just spins all around them. I had to go take a Dramamine for this scene right here. Thomas walks by Jack Crusher after he gets the job and he's changing, and he pervily stares at him through the door as he's changing.
Oh man, I'm glad Beth didn't watch this episode.
Thirsty Thomas.
James, forgot what his last name was, but Jimmy. He says his name is Jimmy. He says, "Oh, you're the previous footman. I guess I can come to you if I have any questions about anything." And Thomas is all just like, "Ha, ha, 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 ha."
Scheming, yes. Fucking. Oh, and it's worth shouting out here that he got the job because when Carson was talking to Mary's all like, hire the hot one to help morale in the basement.
Once again, no HR in this period at all.
Is that what it's called when a lady gets turned on? They're improving morale in the basement.
You know what? Episode title. Improving morale in the basement. I'm gonna try to work that into my lexicon. You know, it's like, hey,
title.
how was your weekend? Well, I improved the morale in the basement. Let me tell you.
Then we get to the part that made me really mad we watched this episode, because I've been able to like watch this show with like a level of, oh geez, these, you know, silly people and their silly problems, and then this part made me cry, because we have Edith decides to give up the baby to the rich in-laws.
Ethel?
Oh,
makes a thing where she's just like, okay, what's more important, love or going to a university? And Mrs. Crowley is like, but a mother's love. And she's like, you sent Matthew to a nice school? Yes. He's like, yeah. Welcome to the world we live in, lady. I'll never see my son again, but he'll have a chance to, you know, be somebody.
Mm-hmm. And the old bastard with the mustache is like is annoyed that she wants to say goodbye to her son. She's like, come on, now, don't make a whole thing of it. Yeah, don't make a meal of it. Like, oh God, you prick! This is the guy you want to leave your kid with. But it's true. She did say she does believe that you are a mean man. You are not a nice man, but I do believe you love your grandson. So, this was tough. This was like watching a Pixar movie, man. It really tugged at my heart right there. I was like, oh,
because she says like, I love you, but I know he won't remember me. Ooh. And I'm just like, okay, there's my number one fear. You know?
Oh, dude. Your boy's always gonna remember you, Ben. You're unforgettable.
And then Ethel, just like the paladin in Dungeons and Dragons Among Thieves, just walks off straight line.
Oh, Yeah.
Best scene of that movie. That whole sequence, really. Fantastic.
The movie was way better than I expected. I hope they really make another one.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Bates in prison. We have them
Craig.
turning over his room.
Now, what is the contraband? Because it just looks like a rolled up piece of cloth.
There's something in it.
We don't.
And I will say, I saw him find this in the previous episode in his bunk and hide it in between bricks so that they didn't take it when they came and searched the room looking for it when he found it earlier. And I still have no idea what this fucking is. They never say. They never show us.
We already did it once. Let's do it again. Let's get weird with it. What is it?
Cocaine.
I know exactly what it is because where does this take place?
A prison.
In prison?
Well, but what country?
England.
England. Huh?
England. What does England do crimes for?
Tea.
Spices.
Spices?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Same.
It is a roundup package of saffron.
I made a dinner for a very special dinner for some guests last month, and I did not realize how expensive saffron is.
Oh yeah.
Holy fuck. Like it was a jar this big. Listeners, I'm doing like I don't know what 6 inches,
That is not 6 inches, Victor.
Well, this is a problem that most men have. So, but it was a whole ass bottle
to identify if something is 6 inches or more.
It was a whole ass bottle of spice, and it had like a few flakes of saffron at the bottom.
Yeah,
and it was like $11. It's like, what the fuck? I had no idea saffron was so expensive. Yeah. It was, I believe it was, what did I make? It was butter seared scallops and asparagus is what I made. And the recipe I found called for saffron. And I was like, what the fuck, man? Is this like, why is saffron so expensive? I don't know. I remember I looked it up. I looked up why is saffron so expensive, and I got a decent answer. But
yeah, saffron, low key, best in rice. If you make rice with a little bit of saffron, trust, real good.
Yeah, well, maybe my palate is not that refined because I much prefer red pepper flakes. So anyway,
I mean, red pepper flakes and rice. I like making curried rice.
Ooh, I could go for some curried rice.
Like, we have a lot of variation in Middle Eastern cuisine up here, in Michigan being the population. And so I like a hot yellow Iraqi curry in my rice in particular. Yes.
No, I've had that.
Yeah. I can just go and get that from the market on my corner.
Oh, dude, that's lit. I'm going to have to come visit sometime. That sounds amazing.
For sure. We'll figure it out.
So, meanwhile, back at the Abbey, our boy has been banned from Ireland.
Yeah, and the family is all being incredulous. It's just like, why is everyone so mean? We've just been oppressing you for a few hundred years, but you burned their house?
I'm still alive, only I'm very badly burned.
And they were sad outside.
Outside the house.
They were sad. It might have been raining.
Mm-hmm.
This is how you treat the people who have, oppressed you? Like, come on. Let's not be... You might want your independence, but let's not be brigands about it.
And Grantham finds out through his connections that our boy here, the Sybil husband, has been attending the Irish, the angry Irish meetings.
Yeah,
and that Sybil is visibly shocked.
You can just say Irish meetings.
Right.
Ben gives us his permission.
And Sybil is visibly shocked. The Anglo-Irish meetings, and she withdraws her hand from her Irish husband and is like, she clutches her pearls. Downstairs,
then we have our dinner with the Archbishop.
Yeah,
Jack Crusher is being instructed on how to carry the pork.
Yep.
The cook says it's nice that they're finally back up to full strength, and Daisy was like, "Oh, really? Oh, it's nice that you have help." Right, finally.
Yeah.
Timing is great.
She'll rue that. That was a pun because roux is also something that you cook. It's a sauce base.
I have made a roux before,
yeah,
so I have roux.
I'm
a roux maker.
Okay. But also
at dinner,
the day.
I appreciated
yeah,
it.
It was,
yes.
I didn't get enough of a reaction. Now I crave validation. So,
Xhafer, what's that like? What's that like when you make a joke? Kind of sucks, right?
I don't know. I thought it was kind of hilarious for you guys.
Speaking of validation, at dinner, Edith stirs up some trouble because she wrote a paper, which is something she wrote a letter to the paper, which is something that women aren't supposed to do. Even Maggie Smith is all just like, that's not something that a lady does, unless you're a Churchill.
Yeah, Churchill women are different.
Mm-hmm. I find it funny that no one's concerned about what she wrote, just the fact that she wrote. Nobody asks what her letter was about. She could have been writing a recipe for biscuits, but they were just like, just the fact that you had the audacity to write a letter to the newspaper. Carson dead names Jimmy right in front of everyone.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's your name? Jimmy. He goes, he's James. He's James, milady. His name is James.
That's rough.
Bitch, you don't name me.
Top dog Carson does what he pleases, and apparently that includes naming rights on everyone. In
Yes,
the
because
household.
Carson is in fact. Oh, right. I forgot who he's talking to. I think it was Thomas or someone.
Yeah.
Or the other one. Carson is like, or sorry, Jimmy. Jimmy is like, what the hell? He thinks he's the big cheese, and or someone replies, he is in fact the big cheese.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's Carson Cheese.
Earlier in the episode, we saw Matthew going over the books and the ledgers, and he tries now after dinner to talk to Grantham. He's like, hey, so we're losing all this money?
Yeah.
And this might be why you're poor. He's like, we'll talk about it tomorrow.
I noticed you bought a bunch of NFTs. I'm just a little concerned about the financial future. And he's all like, bro, ApeCoin or whatever those monkeys were, it's gonna take off. Don't you worry. I bought them. I stole them at $40,000 a piece.
Diamond hands.
Did you guys see that thing in the news? It was last year, I think, when the GameStop corporate advised its I don't remember if it's shareholders or owners or something, but they were advised to buy some cryptocurrency to keep GameStop afloat. That was an actual thing. I don't remember exactly who the details, but I just know it came from GameStop C-suites to everyone down below. It's like, our advice: go buy some crypto. It's like, fuck, man.
Yeah.
How the fuck is GameStop still in business?
Look, I'm not saying that you shouldn't buy cryptocurrency. You shouldn't buy NFTs. NFTs are stupid. But I am saying that if you are going to purchase cryptocurrency, you should plan on selling it before quantum computing makes it irrelevant, which is much sooner than you think it is.
Think we'll see it in our lifetime?
In our lifetime. I think you're going to see it before the end of this decade. Intel is promising working quantum computers in 4 years right now. And you know who's never missed a deadline when they've promised a technology in their entire existence?
Intel has been really good about it.
Yeah, Intel has never, whenever they've said, hey, this chip will be available at this date, no matter how far out it was, they have always delivered. Every single time.
Yeah, as far as evil corporate overlords go, Intel is not bad.
They're consistent. So, which I can.
If you're gonna buy crypto, it's not an investment. You use it for what it's intended for.
Making poor people
buying drugs on the internet.
Oh yeah, well, I mean,
dude,
it's cool. I mean, crypto's all over the Epstein files, by the way. Surprise, surprise.
So that's surprise to absolutely no one. You gotta say, dude, Bitcoin was the one side hustle, well, besides my comics, that actually made me money. That was actually successful.
Oh yeah,
and I was a fucking idiot. No, I was an idiot. I bought a fucking Bitcoin miner, which I found out was stupid. At the $1,200 that I bought on this used Bitcoin miner, I should have just bought Bitcoin instead.
Yeah.
But no, I set it up in my guest room. I wish I would have done it in the wintertime because this thing sounded like a goddamn jet engine.
Yeah.
He opened the door to it when I would come home from work, and I would just get a blast of heat right in my face. And at its peak, it was making me an extra like $300 a month, and I thought I was so smart. I thought I was so fucking smart. I'm like, well, instead of going to the exchange where I'm going to have to get hit with fees for the exchange rates, I'm just going to go to this gift card site where I can buy Amazon gift cards with no extra fees. And I would cash in immediately at the end of every month.
Yeah,
and buy
instead of keeping it.
Amazon gift cards, an extra $300 a month.
Victor, it's cool.
I should have just held on to it. This was back in 2011.
Oh, I got you beat. Don't worry. In 2007, one of my college roommates was all like, "Hey, we can buy like 200 Bitcoin for like $11 right now."
Oh, God damn it.
And I went on an hour-long tirade about how dumb that was, how dumb they were for thinking. Like, I'm still friends with this person, despite all odds. And it's just like, I would not only be like a multi-millionaire if I had just listened instead of assuring that I was right, I would be wealthy. Because it was just like, if we do this much now and then we just like keep doing a little bit here and there, like it should peter out to this much. It's like back when it was like pennies, right? And it's just like
we both could have butlers right now.
Yeah,
if we had
for sure. Yeah, just like throw $100 in, just buy like 10,000 Bitcoin or something.
Oh God, I don't want to talk about it anymore. I'm depressed.
Yeah.
Okay. Meanwhile, the toaster explodes.
I once had somebody reach out to me and like, "Hey Ben, I've been investing in like," and this is 15 years ago. "Ben, you should invest in Bitcoin." And I'm like, "I am 3,000 miles over on getting my oil changed. I don't have an extra. You just throw $20 in." It's like, man, I don't have that money. I am stupid Great Recession.
I think I am actually exactly 3,000 or around about 3,000 miles overdue for my oil change. I have no excuse because I live in a mechanic shop right now.
Oh God, Victor, come on, man.
I've been waiting for the weather to get a little bit better. I need to change my oil too, but that's just I'm going to do it myself, and I didn't want to do it in snow.
The truth is, we all need an oil change. All right, so anyway, the toaster explodes.
It doesn't explode. It just makes a bunch of smoke.
He just makes everyone think that they're having a stroke on the floor.
But Bates and Anna both finally get their mail.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently in prison, you're only allowed to get mail if the prison guards like you. I was like, man, this is a federal offense right here, but I guess it would be a royal offense over there. I don't know if they take his mail as seriously in Britain as they do as legally here anyway. Everyone's allowed to get mail. It's a fucking human right in the U.S., so I don't know if it's like that everywhere else. British listeners, let us know how important is the mail.
And then Daisy finally gets her assistant now. And as she's trying to she's doing a very bad job of flirting with Alfred here.
Daisy sucks at flirting. Oh man, that's so sad.
But then Alfred is just this giant dick.
Yeah, again,
he's just like,
no
HR
at all. Hits on the new girl immediately.
Yeah.
And Daisy's, what did I write down? Daisy doesn't like her new kitchen maid, and she looks like she's about to put soap in her soup. She does not like her immediately.
The new girl is like, "I hope we can be friends." "We don't have to be friends. We just have to work together." And it's just like, oh, yeah, Daisy,
she is
you
so
should not
pissed.
be this catty.
Yeah, especially after just getting a promotion. Like, literally, just got a promotion. It turns out the boy, Sybil's husband, loves Ireland more than he does his wife and unborn child.
Yeah, it's St. Paddy's Day. Everyone's Irish tonight.
But then we get to the end of our episode
Yeah.
where Matthew comes and talks to the Dowager Countess, Maggie Smith, and he's like, "I believe funds are being mismanaged."
Yeah.
Bum, bum, bum.
I can actually do subtraction and addition. So
And my guess is we are going to meet a character we have not met before next time on, who is like their accountant, and he's like, "But I've been skimming for years." And Grantham is just going to be like, "Yes, it's what old, Snigglefritz does. It's we don't look at the books and we can't fire him. He's been with the family for generations." It's like, yeah, he's been robbing you blind for 40 years.
If I can find the clip from The Office where they hire a guy who is out of jail for money laundering. Oh, wait, no. Insider trading. And then they cut to a scene with Kevin talking to the camera. And he says, he explained to me what he went to jail for. And it sounds like what I do here every day.
Yeah. All right.
But I got my points at least because, hey, technically, this episode ended with a dramatic male reading that they don't say what they're reading. It's just back and forth. And actually, I should get double points because it's two people.
Not how that works.
I know, but it's Bates and Anna dramatically reading their letters.
Anything. They're just happy.
It changes everything because before this entire time the male was holding.
This isn't a dramatic letter that changes.
It is so dramatic. It is quite literally the definition of a dramatic letter
Victor,
reading.
Ben's a spoil sport. I think you get your points.
Thank you very much.
I just forgot if it had to be, it changes everything instead of it just being like
changed. It didn't.
They just know that they still want to talk to each other.
If it changes everything, then they have to say what's in the letter, right? Like if you can't have this change. I don't know. I feel like it's either they say what's in the letter and it changes everything, or you can't say what's in the letter. So Victor gets his points.
Thank you.
Oh, okay.
I will be taking my points. So I'm bitter about missing out on my Star Trek points.
Fair.
But now let's get into next episode and our predictions.
Roll some dice.
Roll those dice. Woo! It's LTO, the show where the rules are made up and the dice roll doesn't matter.
It does matter, and I'm working on patenting it still. I have to put in some time on that, actually. Anyways, I rolled a 5, so we're going to Season 4, Episode 2. Episode 2.
Season 4, Episode 2. 42!
Mary starts to get over her grief and takes an interest in running the estate. Lady Rose ends up in a predicament at a tea dance in York.
Oh, that's it?
That's it.
All right. We get Mary being the boss and a predicament at a tea dance. I didn't even know a tea dance was a thing.
I would be shocked if it wasn't, but I've got no idea what it is. Do they dance with tea? Do they dance in tea? Do they dance around tea?
That should be an Olympic
It's
sport.
like bowling for soup.
Oh.
To acquire.
Okay.
I think it should be dancing with tea. It should be a sport where you try to dance holding a cup of tea and you can't spill anything. Yeah.
Oh, we would do that with beers and steins sometimes when we were LARPing.
That's true.
Yeah, you can't spill. You have to finish your beer or kill the other guy. It's a delicate dance. You don't want to spend too much time chugging because you're just going to get killed real quick. Can't spill the beer. That's the other rule. So,
all right.
Anyways.
Well, it's time for everyone's favorite part of the show. Predictions.
Lincoln, what are you doing up there?
Guessing. I guess no one's coming.
I have seen into the future.
You ruined the prophecy.
I could start us off.
All right. Start us off, sure.
Go ahead.
My daytime prediction. I don't think the Irish Revolution is going to go well for the family, and I'm going to say Tom or Sybil die, or Sybil. I think one of them, maybe not both of them, and I'm not sure which.
If Sybil dies, we riot.
Okay, that's fair.
Sybil's my favorite sister.
Yeah, I don't think both of them are making it out of this conflict. So yeah. Tom or Sybil die.
Yeah, my money would definitely be on Tom dead.
Yeah, it's my daytime prediction because I'm being kind of generic-y. So I'm only gonna ask for 1 point there. So I'm gonna say my evening prediction: Carson and Mrs. Hughes. I know she's Mrs. Hughes, but I don't see a Mr. Hughes around. So I think Carson and Mrs. Hughes are going to get married.
I shipped it.
Is my evening prediction. And
Carson
my day...
Hughes, so it'll be Carhughes?
I think she'd just be Mrs. Carson.
No, I'm saying their ship name.
Oh, Carhughes?
Carson and Hughes. Carhughes, yeah.
Hewson, actually.
Hewson, yeah, that sounds better.
Gotcha. My primetime prediction, speaking of getting married, we know of at least 2 weddings that happened in this show. I think there's 6 seasons. And especially if we count the one that happened last episode, then I think we're at 3 weddings right now for all 3 of the daughters. I'm going to say there's 6 seasons of this show. There are 6 weddings in this show. We average one a season. Well, there wasn't one in the first season, so they're already going to have to play catch up. So we'll see. I think 6 is good, though. We'll see.
So you think so? Your bet is 6 exactly.
Yeah. Fuck it.
That makes it that's good for a
prime time. That's a prime time
prediction.
I'll say 6 exactly.
All right.
All right.
I'm gonna just to clarify, 6 on-screen weddings, but they all don't have to happen. If I'm gonna go 6 on screen, I want to count Edith, even if that wedding didn't happen.
Fair.
We don't have to see the whole wedding, just a part of it.
You got everybody there.
It
counts as a wedding.
Anyways,
yeah.
You guys, we're on the same page. Go ahead.
Yeah. Cool. I'm going to go daytime. Thomas and Jimmy hook up. Yeah, because they made such a big deal about, he's here for the ladies. And he's
not there for the ladies.
He's not there for the ladies. I serendipitously, Xhafer, my daytime, or my evening, Sybil dies in the Irish War of Independence.
Ooh, damn it.
So so Sybil dies in the war? All right, let's go.
Yep, so I'm not saying Tom. I'm saying it's going to be sadder because it's Sybil.
It's Sybil, okay.
Yeah. And my prime time, this show has been moving at a clip.
Yeah.
Years. Do
you think we're going to get to World War II?
I don't think we're going to get to World War II. I am going to say the show ends before George V dies, which is 1936. I'm going to say this whole thing, we are capturing this period of English history. He was king from 1910 to 1936. I'm saying this show will cover the period of George V.
George V. Okay. So if we get to George VI, then
it'd be Liz. Right? Well, no, it's Liz doesn't take over immediately because isn't her...
next is Edward.
Yeah, Edward.
But he's only king for like a year.
Yeah.
And then it's another George, and then it's Liz.
Yeah. Okay.
Have you seen the music video for King for a Day? It's a great music video. It's got what's her name? Lena Headley, the Cersei Lannister. She's in. Hey, I'll find it and I'll link it in the Discord. All right, time for my predictions.
Yeah.
Daytime. At some point, Thomas will outrank Carson.
Ooh.
Never.
I
don't think that's going to happen.
Evening prediction. The Abbey burns. There's going to be a fire in the Abbey, and there's going to be an episode or 2 afterwards where that's going to deal with the rebuilding of the Abbey.
Bonus points is if it's because Mrs. Hughes' toaster.
Oh, I would love it. It's because of this toaster. Well, here's my so my bonus point. My bonus question is coming up next. My primetime prediction: we see a goon squad, and I'm talking the 3 of us land on an episode. It'll probably be where someone in the Abbey gets mixed in with the shady underbelly criminal organization for some reason, money troubles or something. And they get a group of shady people, and it is on screen. They're coming to get their money, and we see a squad of goons, goon squad. And I want a bonus point if they
it's
whistle.
Peaky Blinders?
If they whistle while they're doing their gooning. If they come in and they whistle, I want 100 bonus.
Do you typically whistle when you're doing your gooning, Victor?
Well, I mean, it's like they come up and it's a trope where they come up and they're about to beat the shit out of someone.
Oh, I know whistling. The trope. I'm asking about you personally. Do you whistle when you goon?
Do you not? I want 100 bonus points if they whistle Goon Squad by Ripe.
You know what?
See, I can't. I don't think you can. Whistling while you're gooning doesn't make any sense because you want to be surreptitious. You don't want to draw any attention to yourself. Like you're out there on the street, you're trying to look tough
while gooning. Yeah.
Yeah.
I could have sworn, like in Clockwork Orange, they
sure. Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they would whistle and they would come up and beat the shit out of somebody. Yeah.
I don't want to establish the dangerous precedent of 100 bonus points.
Oh come on! If they whistle Goon Squad by Ripe, then
it's such a beautiful called shot. I feel like I have to allow it. But also, it's a dangerous precedent. It's a slippery slope here.
Yeah,
it's a straw man
but
argument.
if you do, it has to be something so completely outrageous and unlikely to happen anyway. Like, I don't know, the fucking Millennium Falcon flies in an episode of Downton Abbey, then you get 100 bonus points. All right.
That's okay. If that's the level, you know what? Fuck it. We're here to have fun.
We are here to have fun, and you know who else has fun?
Ripe touring. They just put out a new song. Thanks for letting us use Goon Squad as our theme music.
Ask and you will receive.
Yeah, serendipitous. Appreciate that. It's almost like they listen to this podcast.
Maybe they will someday.
We do know they know about it.
We did tell them about it. We did talk to them about the podcast. So,
which is funny because you got their permission to use their song, but it must have been from their
it was from the president of the record label,
the business side of the house. Yeah, so
sure.
they were. So that's cool.
Yeah, they said they had one rule about using their songs in podcasts, and that was you can't be like shitty political.
Oh fuck. Speaking of which, hey, if you enjoy our show, leave us a review. Join our Discord. Talk to us in there. If you want to leave us a message, and you can educate me on the things that I've been missing my entire life because of my shitty Texas public education, go to voicecast.app/LTO, where you can leave us a message, voice message, or text message. And if you don't like our podcast, well, just keep that shit to yourself.
And we'll see you next time on Last Time On.